In the vast, silent dark of the universe, there is one known voice, ours. Humanity. On a fragile blue world suspended in the void, we have come to ask some of the biggest questions ever imagined. Are we alone? Does life exist somewhere else in the cosmos? And more importantly, what if it doesn't? Modern physics offers us a mind-bending idea, the multiverse. A theoretical construct where infinite versions of reality exist side by side, each branching from every possible outcome of every choice, every fluctuation, every event. Somewhere, there may be another version of you. A different path. A different history. But this concept doesn't necessarily mean the universe is teeming with alien civilizations. It may, instead, reveal a profound loneliness. In this version of reality, this one, we may be completely, terrifyingly alone. A single species on a single planet in a single universe, entrusted with the rarest thing imaginable, conscious life. And if that's true, then our existence becomes something far more significant. We're not just one life form among many, we may be the only one. The only eyes the universe has. The only awareness it's produced. And if we disappear, then consciousness itself might vanish with us. Despite this, we continue to behave as if time is endless. As if Earth is permanent. But the universe has never promised permanence. Every star dies. Every planet changes. And this one, our Earth, is no exception. Throughout its history, it has been struck by cosmic bodies, endured extinction events, and barely survived the chaos of deep space. These aren't ancient myths, they're scientific realities. The Cretaceous-Tertiary extinction event, caused by a massive asteroid impact, wiped out the dinosaurs, reshaping life on Earth forever. Today, we have the technology to detect many of these potential threats. We know about asteroids like Apophis. We tracked 2024 YB4. We can simulate impacts and predict timelines. For the first time in history, we don't have to be blind to danger. We can observe comets and meteoroids far beyond our solar system, giving us time to assess and possibly prevent their impact. Technologies like the DART mission, the first successful attempt at asteroid deflection, show us the way forward. And yet, we remain distracted. While we argue over borders, fight for power, and divide ourselves over beliefs and ideologies, objects in space drift silently toward us. They don't care who leads a country. They don't care about our wealth, our race, or our religions. They just move, without malice, through the cold machinery of physics. But unlike the creatures that came before us, we have a choice. We can detect and deflect. We can build a planetary defense system that protects the only known habitat of life. We can plan, coordinate, and act. This is not science fiction. This is science responsibility. And more than that, it's survival logic. Still, Earth defense is only the first step. Because even if we deflect every rock, even if we shield ourselves from cosmic radiation or solar storms, we remain vulnerable to time itself. Our star, the Sun, will eventually expand, swallowing the inner planets and rendering Earth uninhabitable. Our planet is already experiencing slow yet irreversible changes due to climate change. As temperatures rise, ecosystems falter, and natural disasters intensify, we are reminded of the ever-present fragility of our home. This is why we must expand. Not as conquerors, but as stewards of life. We must develop the technology to travel beyond Earth. To settle new worlds. To learn how to live sustainably on planets that were never designed for us. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Space colonization isn't a luxury for the future, it's a requirement for our continued existence. There are challenges, of course. Even if we perfect the technology to travel to other planets, we face huge obstacles. How to grow food in space, how to live in low gravity, how to generate energy in an environment devoid of Earth's natural resources. We would need to master life support systems that can operate without failure for generations. But the alternative is worse. Without expansion, humanity becomes a single point of failure, subject to any number of catastrophic events, whether from outer space, climate change, or self-inflicted harm. As we work toward space colonization, we must also develop the means to heal our home planet. Earth's ecosystems are teetering on the brink. Biodiversity is dwindling, oceans are acidifying, and forests are vanishing. If we are to survive long enough to become a multiplanetary species, We must learn how to protect and restore the very systems that keep us alive. Technologies like carbon capture and renewable energy need to be scaled quickly and globally. At the same time, we must confront the ignorance that holds us back. There's a deep, persistent refusal to acknowledge the severity of the challenges we face. We deny the reality of climate change. We ignore the fragility of our planet's ecosystems. We reject the need for global cooperation, often at the expense of long-term survival. This ignorance is fueled by short-term thinking. Political cycles prioritize immediate gains over future needs. Economic systems are built on consumption and growth, often without regard for the sustainability of resources. We invest in war, in division, in territorialism, all while the threats that could destroy us remain largely unaddressed. So, how do we overcome this ignorance? First, we must reframe the conversation. This isn't about politics or ideology. This is about existence. It's about the future of the human race. It's about ensuring that life continues, not just here, but across the cosmos. We must place survival, not greed, not power, at the center of our shared goals. Space exploration and Earth defense should not be competing priorities. They should be seen as two sides of the same coin. We must also invest in education. The next generation must understand the stakes. They must know that the future is not guaranteed, but that we have the tools to shape it. We must cultivate a culture of problem-solving, not one of division. We need leaders who think long-term and prioritize humanity's survival over personal or national interests. And perhaps most crucially, we need to unite. The cosmic threats we face won't respect borders. They won't care about nationalism. To survive, we must recognize that we are all in this together. Global collaboration isn't just idealistic, it's essential. From the United Nations to private space companies, from scientists to engineers, the future of humanity depends on our collective will to face the challenges ahead. This message isn't political. It's not idealistic. It's rational. It's measurable. It's rooted in physics and time and probability. We either evolve or we perish. We either look up or we vanish into the soil we refuse to rise above. If we are truly alone in the cosmos, then we are more than a species. We are a flame in the dark, a miracle of awareness in a sea of silence. And we owe it to ourselves, and to the universe that created us, to carry that flame forward. Let this be the moment we wake up. The moment we begin to prepare, not for war, but for survival. Not for power, but for purpose. We are the guardians of life. The only light we know of. And we are not finished yet. Reflect on this. If you found this narrative constructive, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for fascinating scientific-based truths that will get your imagination flowing. Thanks for watching.